we have Cambridge exams in Ukraine, and for a few years they were not taking place in Ukraine, but now Cambridge is back with digital exams. And this is the information that you will learn more about from exam preparation centers. And yes, and today here we at the Linguist Company, which is the official distributor of Cambridge University Press, we will show you a few titles. So, before we go to that, can you read this text, please, and type in the chat which one um, do you think is reflecting your mood about exams more? Which of the statements of these teachers? Okay, I think we are done with the reading. Now I will ask you to type in the chat which idea of the exam preparation courses um, is the most relevant to you, or maybe you have some other ideas. Various technique, yeah, yeah. You have to be you have to use a lot of different techniques. I know what you mean. That's a good one. I will ask you not to write teacher one or teacher two because they're both quite relevant, but the idea that is talking to you the most, or something that you find the most challenging, or something about exams that you would like to share about exam preparation. Okay. You just chose the teachers that are more relevant to you, not. Yeah, thank you. Try to make exam tasks more diverse. Thank you. Exam preparation does give syllabus. Yeah. Motivation, that's a good one. Thank you. Teaching writing, yes, and giving feedback. Okay, thank you very much. So these are the most relevant things. And yeah, I think for me, the syllabus for exam preparation is really a great skeleton on which we can put on some interesting tasks, make it into a competition. Multiple choice doesn't have to be just multiple choice, but you can make it fun. You can ask students to make up their own tasks with multiple choice activities, some quizzes, Kahoot, and so on. So you take this exam syllabus as a basis for real life English teaching. And yeah, feelings about exams. How do you feel about exams? How do you feel when you look at these pictures? This is, by the way, on the second picture. This is, I think these are Chinese students taking exams. You can imagine how it feels there. Nervous and anxious, always stressful. Yeah, thrilled, interesting, suspicious. By the way, Yevgenia says she doesn't remember when was the last time of taking exams. I had an exam yesterday. It was the exam in uh, social life ontology. I'm doing my PhD in philosophy these 2 years now, and yesterday I had this exam, and it was the greatest thing ever. Why? First of all, because I knew what the exam format would be. Second, the teacher was practicing this format every lesson, and it was more of a of course, philosophy is not English language, and we don't have multiple choice there. But still, we worked through all the topics we during the sessions, and we knew exactly the exam format, and we knew the aim why we are doing this subject for our our PhD papers. And the exam, I think somehow the teacher made it so that the exam was the most interesting part of all the sessions of the whole course. And this is quite a talent. And this is something we can also do if we work through all the exam formats, prepare students exactly for what is going to happen during the exam, but at the same time give them the idea very clearly that they needed not to pass the exam. They needed to speak English, to improve their level, to use English in real life, and the certificate just gives them this feeling of completing this stage of the level and moving further. And um, our our task is to motivate rather than stress. And this is a great difference because in teaching, because very often we perceive exam preparation as um, daily training before okay. Yes, as training before passing the exam. And it becomes really repetitive, it becomes boring, and exam itself is not that boring, right? Of course, all the multiple choice and reading might be not that fun, but there are a lot of videos on how exams are going on. And these pictures are definitely not uh, Cambridge English qualification exams, because there is also a speaking part. There is also and during the speaking part, there is not just someone asking you questions, but you can talk to someone in the room, to a person, and it can be fun. And this is something we prepare students for, that it's motivation, first of all. Right. And when we are Right. When we are thinking about aims, we also think about what it consists of, and what would you which kind of advice would you give to anyone taking an exam? What to pay attention for? You can choose one of these things, like revising, relaxing, equipment, exam format, and timing. Um, what would you recommend to be successful in one of these things? Consistent approach to preparation, okay? Have a good sleep before the exam. Perfect. That's a good one. A lot of practicing, structuring. Work hard and enjoy. I love it. Have a day of rest before. Great. I didn't do it before my exam yesterday, but but I had a 1 hour rest. Okay. Creativity, critical thinking, developing soft skills. That's also important for exams, of course, because it's not just English that we test, really. Having a rest. Yeah, thank you very much. Relaxing, I guess that's the crucial thing for exams. I have a few ideas here, like for exam format, familiarize yourself with exam format and task types. Each of them in different topics in different ways, but there are very specific exam formats and students need to know them. Regarding revising, plan out and stick to the plan and have a revision timetable. And this is important before we start. That not only us as teachers have the timetable of how we prepare, but also students don't just receive or are presented this timetable, but also they make their own pace of exam preparation, of the number of words they need to learn and use in different contexts, and so on. And the biggest deadline is exam itself, but before that you can have several other deadlines, like what should be done before this time period. Use relaxation techniques. And this is also something interesting we can teach our students, like how to breathe in squares. You know, most of you know this thing. Or very simple thing is to put your hands together and tap a little bit. And this is quite relaxing, really. If you try it now, you will feel how you just relax and you come back to your body, and so on. Breathing technique in squares. You breathe in, you imagine how you move up, you breathe out, you imagine another side of the square, you breathe in another side, breathe out another side. And so in your imagination, you draw a square while breathing, and this helps you relax as well. Another one is if you really get stressed out, you just touch three different things. Like, okay, I touch my hair, I feel the texture, I touch the table, I feel the texture, and I name it, it's wooden. I touch my earring, it's metal, and so on. So you come back to your kinesthetic senses, and it's also part of relaxation. There are a lot of other techniques that can bring you back to senses in a really fast way, and this is something you can teach your students as well. Equipment. Have the correct equipment. Make sure that your pen is working properly, or your pencil, and so on. Make sure that the sound is enough. and don't be afraid to say that, okay, I can't hear it well, or anything. Now, when we have digital exams, make sure that you prepare your students. If they have to type, you know that they have the skill. And when they are already there working on their exam, make sure that your students are not afraid to say that something is not working, to make sure that it's their responsibility to show and to make sure that the computer works and so on. Don't spend too long on the first few questions and tasks. It works for paper-based exams, of course, but because in digital exams, they won't be able to come back and to remake something too much. But still, ask students not to spend too much time, and there in digital exams they will have the timing for each test, and so it will be best if during the preparation process you will be able to give them time limit and let them work with these time limits on the tasks. It also adds, it doesn't, don't make it in a way that it adds stress. Make it a challenge, make it a competition. And in this case, in this stretched zone between comfort and stress, there is this challenge. And challenge is also always interesting, especially for teenagers when they have to compete, when they have to make it on time. So time limits, some clocks that you can use at the lessons in a fun way will take this stress down a little bit. Typical aims of exam courses. We have covering the content that is assessed in the exam. And it's not just about format, about preparation for a specific, how to complete a specific task, but first of all, we need to cover the content that students will use for life. Familiarizing with the format and task types of the exam is on the second place. Teaching language the students will find useful in their future lives, of course. And the aim of every lesson and the aim of our everyday work life, make it enjoyable, engaging, so students are interested not just in the certificate, but in the process, because we live not for the results, we live for the process. Ensure students get the best possible results, and for that, make the sense of achievement and help your students to assess themselves as well, and track their own progress. This is something you can do with the Cambridge One platform, and I will send you the links after the webinar, where you will be able to look at different ideas and how students can track their own progress through personal practice. So to ensure students get the best possible marks in their exams, they need to know about the task types. And this is something we've been talking about, earlier. Can you type in the chat what else is there? Oh, you're writing so much in the chat. I think we will have some time at the end of the webinar, so I read through everything. Okay, practice grammar, listening, speaking, reading, matching. You're going into the details, and this is something we spoke about. to ensure students get the best possible marks in the exam. They need to know about task types. Someone wrote about timing. Yes, this is something we mentioned before, right? Timing, okay. Be attentive. That's something to the relaxation. Yeah, not to stress out. Exactly, Svetlana. Thank you. Format, timing, simulating the exam. I think you mean practicing, right? Before the exam on other exams. Knowing criteria of assessment, knowing the aim, right? Mm-hmm. Well-balanced activities relevant to the exams. Very true. Uh, we will come back. So to ensure students get the best possible exam marks, uh, sorry, know the exam format, they revise, they relax, they have proper equipment. And here we are also talking about exam preparation materials that come before the exam and timing. These are the things I wanted us to revise. So, exam task types, timing, revision, preparation, relaxation, equipment. And regarding different aims, so know the task types, know how performance is marked. Someone has written that they know students need to know the criteria of the exams. Know about typical mistakes. And this is something very important because these are mistakes that everyone does all over the world. And Cambridge Assessment collects all this data and shares this data with Cambridge University Press. And this becomes the basis of all the Cambridge materials, the common mistakes and how to avoid them. Know what gets good marks. Work on timing during practice tests. That's super important to work on timing as well, to have some clock that will, sorry, that will help you. Aim number two, develop good study skills. So it's also, someone was writing about life competencies, soft skills, about critical thinking and creativity. But one of the most important skills for exam preparation is learning to learn. Know how you learn and choose the best strategy for yourself. Choose text topics that relate to learners' circumstances. So, this is something that the syllabus gives you anyways, but it doesn't mean that you don't have to use something else apart from the syllabus and notice the language there as well. Encourage independent learning. Use real world situations to present the language. Uh, Aim number three, choose topics learners enjoy, can relate to, personalize activities, like make it into a competition, make it into a game. Um, uh, Use different types of activities. Don't do too many practice tests in the class. Use songs, videos, and so on. So these are the main three aims of exam preparation. How to make it more communicative, for example, with a multiple choice questions. There are types of exam formats. We don't have the dictation, but we can use it in the class. We have multiple choice for sure. We have gap filling. We have writing essays, describing a picture, filling blanks in the text, and word formation gap fill, like beauty, beautiful. This is what we have. These are like exam task types, some of them. And what we can do, with a multiple choice. Give learners just the text and questions, but ask them to write the answers, including some distractors. So they make their own multiple choice tasks. And as you know, not as you know, but in my case, I learned English better through teaching, through preparing tasks. And this is something you can do for your students. Ask them to become the exam designers and design the tasks on their own. And this will teach them how the format actually works. One of my favorite activities is to create the curriculum, create the tasks with the students so they can teach each other and learn how it's designed. Give learners the text and the key or all the options and ask them to write the question, like to guess what the question is if we have all the answers. Give them just the text and ask them to make their own multiple choice task for the text. They can work in pairs or they can work individually or you can combine it, but this will help them to understand how the exam works. And then put them in teams to answer these questions. Don't avoid teamwork, pair work, groups, and so on when you prepare for exams because this is the exam itself that they take individually. But the preparation is always is always a teamwork. Okay. Uh, One of the activities that I might have showed you a lot in other contexts, but I really like this one for the mm, for the exam preparation. Like you can plan your visit to England, but you when you hear a clap from the class, you stop even if you are in the middle of the word, and then you need to start each phrase. No, yes, but, and yes, and. This is improvisation activity that helps your students break the language barrier and speak with a easier way. And when you plan this, for example, visit to England, you think that, okay, to go to England, we need to buy the tickets. And another student says, no, I think we need to pack our suitcases first. And another one says, no, I think we need to blah, blah, blah. And so they go on with this no. Then you clap and you ask them to continue, but say yes, but. Like, um, no, we need to pack our suitcase first. Yes, but tickets are more important, so let's go and buy the tickets in the airport. Not relevant to us, but still. Yes, but our airports are not working. Yes, but we can take a train and go to Poland and take a plane and so on. Then you clap again and they continue with yes and like yes, and then we can spend a day in Poland and have a look at the sites and go sightseeing there and so on. Yes, and then we go by plane. Yes, and then we land there and we should visit this and that and that. Your students will see that the most productive way of communication would be yes and, because this is how you actually plan things together. In the case of no, it's not really nice. In the case of yes, but it's like tricky. But yes and is something that really brings you to the productive way. You ask your students why this one is the most productive. When you think, how does the beginning of the phrase help you communicate? This is a question in the chat. How does the beginning of the phrase help you communicate? This yes and yes, but and no. Gives you idea of the answer right away. Yeah, it gives you the format of this conversation. And this is something you can also talk to your students about, that when you know the format, it's much easier to fill it in with content. And when you know the format of the exam, this is a way to explain why we do the multiple choice, why we fill in the gaps. That when you know the format, you can go further in a better way. And again, when you fill in your language with your spoken language with some linkers, it's much easier to keep the conversation going. Like, unfortunately, or by the way, and so on. It gives you time to think of what you're going to say next. Um, and yes, this is quite a real life situation. What functional language do we need for such conversation, for such an activity? Uh, Everything about planning, right? Um, Everything about journeys. Then how, and suggestions, right? If we're talking about functional language, suggestion, denying, and accepting the suggestions. How can we change this activity for another situation? Like get another topic and so on. And about target language, what kind of language can we practice here? What would be the target language here? Let's put it in the chat. Ta-da, what is target language? In the planning the journey together. Spoken, conversational, but target language is the language of the topic that we are learning. So this would be traveling. Yeah, the target language. Yes, thank you. Someone says traveling. Uh, Traveling and everything connected to traveling. Booking the hotel. Yes. Buying the tickets. Checking the schedule. Talking to the reception, and so on and so on. And yeah, teach the instructions first and then add the challenge with the language. For example, you can add the target if students are not using the target language while they're planning, you can add the challenge, like prepare a set of cards or have the list of words on the board, and while they are speaking, they need to tick that we used this word, during the conversation, and this word. So when they have this list of the words they need to incorporate in their conversation, it's easier to make it exam preparation task. That we used all of them, perfect, all of them on the B1 level, for example. Now, most students measure their language proficiency by their ability to speak the language, regardless of their grades in tests and exams. So, make sure that your students have the feeling of achievement, have the feeling of their language proficiency through their communication, through their collaboration, first of all, and grades will come. Right. Oh, sorry. And yes, we need to use immersive tasks according to Egbert. These are the tasks that have the balance between challenge and skills. The student's attention is focused on the task first of all, not on the using the language. The main focus is on the task. The students find the task interesting and authentic, and the students perceive the sense of control. Now, to make your tasks, sorry, I will omit this. To make your tasks um, authentic, you definitely need to use uh, authentic materials. And starting from the young learners, we have exam preparation materials. This is Kids Box New Generation. It prepares students for starters, movers, and flyers. And there are tasks on the digital platform that will help your students prepare for the uh, digital Cambridge English qualification exam. And Kids Box is a six level box, six level course. There is also a starter level, and in this case, we can say that there are 7 levels. So we have the preschool preparation as well as 2 books per exam. So 1, 2 goes for starters, 3, 4 movers, 5, 6 flyers. And this is a classical course for exam preparation, but also for teaching English to young learners, which gives them different contexts. It's topic based, and it's really easy to teach with the teacher's book. And it's a lot of fun to learn. I wish I had this book when I was a child, because there are really great songs, great characters that lead students through the course. Um, and here you can see on the higher level, on the flyers, we already have some kids, not just the cartoons. At the beginning, of course, there are cartoons. Kids Box has a wonderful way of working with spelling and sounds. There are phonics sections, and Monty the mouse is responsible for all the phonics sections. Monty the mouse usually teaches pairs of sounds like pub, but and here you can see it. Put the pizza in the purple bag. And students learn to make contrasts and uh, learn sounds also through some critical thinking. There are wonderful stories and comics with a lot of humor. Maria is responsible for all the CLIL sections, like here we have art, later we will have maths, and so on. Trevor, the monster, is responsible for values, making friends, saying sorry, and other stories like that. So we not only prepare for exams, but also learn something about life. And the CLIL sections, values sections, are sometimes combined, and there at the end there might be a nice project to work on according to the CLIL section. Like here, we're talking about space traveling, and the project would be to interview an astronaut and act it out. Exam preparation in Kids Box is really well integrated. There are exam folders, there are revision pages, there are exam preparation pages in activity book, uh, exam preparation strategies for teachers in the teacher's books. Here you can see exam skills and exam tips. There is practice extra, completely done digitally, but completely done in a exam preparation, exam format. Even the pictures are quite relevant to those pictures students will see when they pass the exams. And of course, there is test generator and different types of tests for unit, for midterm, end of year tests, and so on. And these are really fun tests with fun activities that students will enjoy. So, Kidsbox New Generation. For the learner, there is a pupil's book with e-book that students can use on their laptop or tablet or even phone and easily find all the speaking, writing, listening activities, listen to the songs already in the book and watch all the videos needed, cartoons, let's say. But there is a print version and there is ebook version inside this print version. And there is activity book with the access to practice extra and all the digital pack for the students with all the videos and audios. And for teacher, there are uh, much more items there on the platform. There is practice extra access to the one that the students have, presentation plus tool where all the components are put together with the teacher's book PDFs and additional games. Audio, video, digital flashcards that you can use in the classroom if you have an interactive board or projector. And my favorite, teacher's resource bank with different cards, worksheets, color books, tasks, presentations, practicing exam folders, and there is a test generation separately. So partly there is practice test, so it's actually the exam itself, but from the previous years that you can pass with the students at the end of the course. Right, this is Kidsbox. For the secondary students, the best exam preparation course would be Prepare, the original international version, 7 levels. 2 levels per exam. We have the starter level, and then we have level 2, more general English, level 3, more exam preparation, level 5, more exam preparation, level 7, more exam preparation, and it goes from A2 key to B2 first. And yeah, you can see that here we have more exam preparation on each level, like 3, 5, 7. Exam preparation sections are the separate boxes that your students can work through. They will notice them and notice the exam format. At the same time, each unit starts with the About You sections and ends with the talking point. Very user-friendly design with grammar, vocabulary, listening, speaking, and then prepare to speak is exam preparation section. The tasks marked with this funny sign are the common mistakes that students need to work through, not to make them during the exam. And there are also exam preparation tasks for reading separately, for writing, for other parts of exam. And useful language informed by English profile means that these are the words on this particular level. Here we're talking about B1, and these are the words that are typical only for B1 that students need to use. And you can take these phrases, make it into games, and so on. But this is something for exam preparation for sure. And here you can see another prepared to write an online review. Uh, at the end of every second unit, there is life skills section or culture sections. In the end of this section, there is a project like writing an essay, making a script for a film, and things like that. Here, students need to make a presentation about social media, and every culture section is supported by a documentary, which you can find on the Cambridge One platform. These are the tests that students can take at the end, and the access to these tests and vocabulary and grammar worksheets are on the in the teacher's book. Another exam preparation course, which is not the general English course as Prepare, like every year we have one separate book. Here we have one book per level, and this is complete. There is complete for schools and just complete for A2, B1, B2, and C1 levels. This is a wonderful general English course with much more exam preparation integrated. Here we also have exam tips, exam advice, and we can even see that this is listening part 1. This is how it will be, how the listening will be going on in the part 1 of the exam. And the example is in the tasks and goes through the topics. Like here we have study time topic, and yeah, this is it. There are also interesting tasks that not only practice the language but also gives really interesting and motivating contexts for this practice. Like here, how emotional are you? Of course, teenagers are interested in such a task, and you pass the quiz and go through the emotion vocabulary. And yeah, this is exam journey that starts from the topic presentation, but also complete focuses on very different exam questions and gives students a lot of proper strategies on how to pass the exam, not only in terms of language, but also in how to relax, how to manage your time, how to manage the way you pass the exam. And there is advice, exam advice in each unit, how to pass every specific part, listening, writing, reading, and so on. And there is a practice question from each exam, from exam paper for each unit, as well as exam task, as well as, again, working on the mistakes. Students need to correct mistakes on their own. At the end of the book, there are speaking banks, writing banks that will help students prepare better, grammar references, and additional tasks. Compact, it's not a general English course. This is something you might need for your students to prepare for exam format, but in a topic-based way. So there is more exam preparation, and when your students already have, for example, level A2, but you have like 30 hours to prepare them for exams and work through all the language. Compact will be the best course. Still, there is reading, there is listening, but it's not just a set of exam tasks. It's a proper course with tips, with strategies that will familiarize your students with exam format in a really smooth way. Right, so this is compact and it also contains all the common mistakes work and so on. Um, grammar reference in the end and a lot of digital tasks inside of the platform. Open World is one of the best exam preparation courses that will fit your students if they are university students or adult students. This is not for kids. Um, and there is no sign for schools. So Open World is a general course for adults who want to pass the exam, but also to know English for life. There is exam focus, as you can see, with exam facts, exam tips, exam advice, for speaking, for listening, and so on. So it's a really great one. But there are also great life competency sections. Like here we have culture, real world, where can I stay in Auckland? It's kind of exam format, but at the end we have life competencies project that students need to pass together. Um, and yeah, the phrases that are there for real life. Uh, right. No, I think we're coming up to the end of the webinar, so I will just pass through this. There are a lot of videos in Open World, really interesting videos in each real world section. And one of my favorite parts is QR codes for each grammar topic. And this is Grammar on the Move, something developed for blended learning. And students can work through this grammar uh, by watching the video before the lesson and then working on the language during the lesson, specifying the questions they have and so on. So grammar on the move on by the QR codes in this book is really helpful for grammar presentation for students. This is what it looks like.
Grammar on the move. Comparative and superlative adjectives.
Hi, where do you like going on holiday and when?
We like going to the beach. September is the best time to go because it's a lot quieter than in August and it's cooler too.
I like driving to nearby cities for short breaks. I don't like flying, so I go by car. It's a lot cheaper and easier. It's the most comfortable way for me to travel.
We always go skiing in the mountains in February. Tips by adding ER to short adjective, the smallest. We use IEST for two-syllable adjectives
and so on. So these are the videos that students can watch on their own before the lesson or to revise the grammar. Push yourself sections are the sections that are on a little bit higher level. For example, if students are on level B1, they will have in their B1 coursebook, they will have some vocabulary from B2 to get more motivated. And yeah, this is about push yourself further on B2 level. There will be some tasks to go to C1. And again, give your students more feeling of achievement. At the end of the book, there are grammar references, writing and speaking banks with cards and tasks. If you have any questions, you're free to ask them right now. Compact, yes, there is compact for schools series and just compact. So compact for schools will be for teens, yes. Thank you. Thank you for joining and thank you for listening. And yes, have a great weekend. Okay, looks like no questions for now. And of course, you will learn more about exams uh, from the exam preparation centers. Oh, great. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. Objective is a great course, but it's old. If you are preparing for C1, it will work for you. If you are preparing for B2, objective is for exam format before 2020. So if you are preparing B2 students, do not use objective. Use open world, complete, compact, but not objective. For C1 level, for IELTS, for C2 level, it's great. Uh, yes, there will be recording on our YouTube channel in next week, and we will inform about it on our Facebook page. Please sign up to our Facebook page and track all the news. Regarding the prices, this is again to exam preparation centers which you're working with, or if you would like to learn more about it, let me know. Here I am, my uh, uh, phone number, but it's better. It's Saturday now, so I will not answer after the webinar. So you can email me, and I will let you know about who you can talk to regarding the prices, and dates, and so on. Thank you. Thank you. 10 grades. Yeah, B2 certificate. Well, your students need to graduate from school with B2 certificate. If you're going to take exam in the 10th grade, might be too challenging. It's better to teach your students up to B2 level and take it in the 11th grade. And B1 in the 9th grade at the end, or at the beginning of the 10th grade also could be B1. So you don't demotivate your students if they are taking B2, but then they pass it on B1, might be demotivating. Thank you, thank you. FCE, if you mean B2 first, this is we call this exam B2 first now. Yes, there are practice tests and trainers which are new for B2 first, and open world is quite new for now. Yeah, well, that's open world, and if we're talking about general courses, um, we are waiting for a new general course. Yeah, so there was prepare, and we will look at some new courses, but it will be later. But yeah, these books are being updated all the time, so you will find B2 first practice tests number 3, and it will be very up-to-date information. And of course, I will send you the links to all of those materials and their presentations. So this is it. Thank you very much. I'm super happy that so many people joined today, and see you at the next webinar. This will be in August. Thank you. Have a great summer. Enjoy yourselves. Have a proper rest before you come back to professional development. I'm doing that. I'm leaving July without webinars. So let's come back to work after proper relaxation. Thank you.